Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaya AI Wali, student at Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute batch 21. Today I am having a discussion with Chat GPT on an interesting and a very important topic, that is the secret to building lasting habits. As you know, habits play a powerful role in shaping our lives. The small things we do every day can eventually determine our success, productivity, and personal growth. In this conversation, we will explore how habits are formed, why they're difficult to maintain, and what strategies can help us build habits that truly last. So, let's begin our conversation. Hi, ChatGPT.
Hey, great to have you here. How can I help you today?
Uh, I have some questions about
Of
secret to building lasting habits.
awesome. I'd love to help with that. What kind of things are you curious about? Like the psychology behind habits, practical steps, or maybe some common mistakes to avoid?
No, I have some questions. Can I ask?
Absolutely. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll do my best to give you some solid answers.
Thank you. So, first question is to start with, what exactly is a habit?
A great starting point. A habit is basically a behavior or action that we do automatically, often without even thinking about it, usually because it's been repeated so often in a consistent context. So it's like a mental shortcut that your brain forms over time.
Right. Why are habits so important in shaping our daily lives?
Yeah, that's a big one. Habits are crucial because they kind of run on autopilot. So a lot of our daily actions and choices actually come from them. When we build positive habits, we're basically shaping the structure of our days, which helps us reach bigger goals without having to rely on willpower all the time.
Good. How do small daily habits lead to big long term results?
Yeah, exactly. So small habits like just reading a few pages a day or going for a short walk, they compound over time. It's like a snowball effect. Each tiny action builds on the last. And before you know it, those little steps create huge transformations in your life.
Thank you. So, can our habits influence our personality and mindset?
Absolutely. The things we do regularly really shape how we see ourselves. When we practice certain habits like being mindful or staying active, they reinforce certain traits in a mindset. Over time, that can really define who we become.
Thank you, ChatGPT. My next questions are about how habits are formed. So, the first question is, how are habits formed in the brain?
Great question. So, habits form through a loop in the brain. There's a cue, a routine, and a reward. When a certain cue triggers a behavior and that behavior is followed by a satisfying reward, your brain starts to build a strong association. Over time, that loop gets reinforced and the habit becomes automatic.
Thank you. So, what is the concept of habit loop?
Yeah, so the habit loop is basically that three-part cycle we just talked about. A cue, which is a trigger, the routine, which is the behavior itself, and the reward, the positive feeling or outcome. This loop is how habits get encoded. Once it repeats enough, it becomes second nature.
Right. Why do people find it easier to keep bad habits than good habits?
Yeah, that's a common challenge. Bad habits often give us an immediate reward, like comfort, pleasure, relief, while good habits usually take longer to pay off. Plus, bad habits are often easier to slip into, especially when we're stressed or not mindful.
Right. So the next question, I think it is somewhat funny, but the question is it true that it takes about 21 days to build a habit?
Yeah, that's a pretty popular myth. The truth is, it actually varies a lot. Some habits can take a few weeks, others a few months, depending on how complex they are and how consistent you are. So it's more like a range, not a fixed number of days.
Thank you. So the next few questions are about building positive habits. One of them is, what is the first step someone should take when trying to build a new habit?
Ooh, great one. The first step is really starting small. Pick a tiny, manageable action that you can do consistently, and then tie it to an existing habit or daily routine so it kind of sneaks into your life without feeling like a big burden.
So the important thing is starting small, which can develop our habits, right?
Exactly. Starting small lowers the barrier to entry so it's less overwhelming. And once that tiny habit sticks, you can gradually build on it, making it bigger and more impactful over time.
Right? How does consistency help in making habit last?
Yeah, consistency is key. When you repeat a behavior regularly, your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with it. So the more often you do it, the more automatic it becomes, which is what makes the habit last in the long run.
Right? Can setting clear goals help people stay committed to their habits?
Oh, definitely. Clear goals give you a sense of direction and purpose. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it's easier to stay motivated, track progress, and adjust if you need to. So having a clear vision really keeps you on track.
Thank you. So the next set of questions is about challenges in habit building. What are the most common mistakes people make when trying to build a new habit?
Yeah, so one big mistake is trying to change too much at once, like setting a super ambitious goal right out of the gate. Another one is not being specific enough, like just saying, I want to be healthier instead of defining a clear action. And often people give up too early if they don't see instant results.
How can someone stay consistent when their motivation drops?
Yeah, that's a big one. A key is to rely on habits even when you don't feel motivated, like just showing up and doing the small action anyway. Also, building in reminders, tracking progress, and celebrating tiny wins can really keep you going when motivation dips.
What should someone do if they break their routine for a day?
Yeah, that's totally normal. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just get back to it the next day without guilt. The key is to stay consistent over time so one slip up doesn't undo all your progress.
Thank you for the answers. Next question is, how does our environment influence our habits?
That's a big factor. Your environment can make habits easier or harder. If you design your space to support the habit, like keeping workout clothes visible or having reminders around, it's a lot easier to stick with it. So, a supportive environment really nudges you in the right direction.
Great. So here are some questions about practical strategies. One of them is, what are some simple techniques people can use to make habits stick?
Yeah, definitely. One simple technique is habit stacking, linking a new habit to something you already do, like after brushing your teeth, you do a quick stretch. Another one is using visual cues, like putting a water bottle out to remind you to drink water. And setting specific times or triggers also helps a lot, so your habit has a built in reminder.
How can tracking progress help in maintaining habits?
Yeah, tracking progress is really powerful. When you see how far you've come, like checking off days on a calendar or using an app, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. Plus, it keeps you accountable, and seeing the momentum often motivates you to keep going.
Does having a support system or positive community help in habit building?
Oh, absolutely. Having a support system can make a huge difference. When you share your goals with others, they can cheer you on, offer encouragement, and keep you accountable. Plus, just knowing you're part of a community can make the journey way more enjoyable.
This is very important. So the next question is, what is the difference between motivation and discipline in maintaining habits?
Great distinction. So, motivation is that initial spark, it's that feeling of excitement or drive. But discipline is what keeps you going when that motivation fades. Discipline is about showing up and doing the habit even when you don't feel like it. So, it's really the backbone of long term success.
Great to hear. So the last set of question is about your final thoughts. So the question is, what is one powerful habit can make improve someone's life?
Oh, that's a really great question. I think one of the most powerful habits is a daily mindfulness practice, whether it's a few minutes of meditation, journaling, or just quiet reflection. It helps you stay present, reduce stress, and make more intentional choices. So it really ripples out across all parts of life.
Thank you. What advice would you give to young people trying to develop better habits?
Yeah, I'd say start small and be patient with yourself. Don't expect perfection, just focus on consistency. Celebrate small wins and remember that every little step counts. And if you stumble, just get back up and keep going.
Right. How important is patience in building lasting habits?
Oh, it's really crucial. Lasting habits take time to form, so you have to give yourself grace. The progress might be slow at first, but with patience and consistency, those small efforts really do add up.
Thank you. What is the one simple habit anyone can start today?
Oh, a really simple one is just taking a few minutes each morning to drink a glass of water. It's easy, doesn't take much time, and it's a small habit that can set a positive tone for your day.
Finally, what is the secret to building habits that truly last?
I think the secret is really staying intentional and flexible, knowing why the habit matters to you, starting small, and allowing yourself to adapt. When it's tied to a meaningful purpose and you keep showing up, even if imperfectly, those habits can really become part of who you are.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT, for sharing such valuable insight about building lasting habits. This discussion helped us understand how small, consistent actions can lead to meaningful changes in life. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad it was helpful. If you ever want to dive deeper or just talk through other strategies, I'm here for it. Keep going, and I know you'll do great.
Thank you so much. This is Sumaya signing off. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome, Samaya.